Hi, welcome to my totally legit K-pop news show. My name is Angelina, and though today's not Sunday, we're doing a special Wednesday edition of my typical Sunday show where we will be discussing Lucas from WayV and the recent accusations made towards him on Twitter, Lil Huddy on Weverse, and Joy and Crush dating. So if you're interested in these subjects or maybe just one or two, please feel free to skip through as this video is separated into super fancy segments. So let's start, of course, with some dating news. This comes right after Bobby from iKON having revealed that he's getting married and having a child. Though this is not as shocking, we still have some apologies from idols who, are living their normal lives, right? But essentially, we have Joy from Red Velvet and Crush who are confirmed to be dating. So on August 23rd, it was reported that they were dating. However, their companies had not confirmed anything yet. In fact, P Nation said they were looking into it. Not too long after, however, both companies, SM Entertainment and P Nation, confirmed their relationship. More or less the same statement of them having had a senior-junior relationship, but then they recently started dating with good feelings towards each other. Now, Joy and Crush have worked together in the past. In fact, she featured in his song Mayday in May last year. Now again, though this news isn't as shocking as coming out with a whole ass spouse and child out of the blue, it seems Joy still did apologize for the sudden news, going on Lyson to express herself to her fans. Reva Love, who were shocked more than anyone by the sudden news, "I'm sorry, I wish I could have told you beforehand." She continues to express her apologies for worrying fans, especially since it's been a while since Red Velvet performed together and Reva Loves were excited. Continuing by saying, "We're at the stage of figuring out each other's feelings and getting to know each other little by little. So I'm cautious and embarrassed that articles came out so quickly, but I'm writing because I think Reva Love were more surprised than me." She ends off by saying she hopes that people who love and care for her can understand and support her. And she is sorry for surprising people and causing worries. "I, who will not worry you more, will put even more effort. A Reva Love who always give me your unyielding love, I'm sorry and I love you." So it's definitely quite sad that so early in this stage of their relationship, as she expressed, she's still getting to know him little by little, that there's already this amount of pressure put onto it. I know I've mentioned in the past it would be ideal for idols to be able to date normally and so on, but at the same time, it can be a bit of a double-edged sword, especially when we have idols coming out and saying, it was a surprise to me as well that this news was revealed. It was revealed much sooner than seemingly anticipated, or if anticipated at all. But, I would say it's definitely understandable to be so apologetic, especially when, it wasn't you who wanted to reveal this. It wasn't on your own terms and so on. I understand the sentiments. It's obviously not their fault, but what are they going to do? Be like, you dispatch, how could you? But as always, let me know your thoughts on that. Do you agree that it's a double-edged sword? Do you think it's actually better when idols are able to perfectly hide their relationships to avoid things like this? Let me know in the comments down below. Moving on to Lucas from WayV, who is being discussed quite a bit as some accusations were made towards him online through Twitter. Basically, he is being accused by an alleged ex-girlfriend for gaslighting and quote-unquote money leeching. Please keep in mind these are accusations as of right now that have not been confirmed. We're just going through the Twitter thread that was translated, and then we'll discuss some thoughts afterwards. So on August 23rd, this alleged ex-girlfriend took to Twitter. She basically says that they started dating, but they had to break up, though they remained friends. While they were dating, and even after they broke up, however, she claims that he expected and asked her to buy him things like cigarettes, among other things. "I bought him a lot of luxury brand gifts, so he would initially say thank you and wear them. But at a certain point, he would say he earns a lot of money, so if I'm not buying him a house or a car, to not give him anything." She even goes on to say that he gaslit her by saying she was the only one who understood him, would tell her to make reservations at hotels, take advantage of the services, and then leave while cutting off contact. After telling me we should break up because he's busy, he would add many hurtful words such as, "I don't like you because you're like a fan, and from now on don't do things like an idol fan does." To which she expressed she suffered from depression for a while, saying she liked him but never told anyone nor asked for photos together ever. She then says when Lucas went to China and continued to contact her in such a way, she threatened to sue him, and then he allegedly left the chat and changed his number. So within this thread, she does include screenshots as well as an alleged voice memo from Lucas. And of course, a lot of fans are trying to prove this wrong, prove that it's fabricated. You know, one of the top replies, you see that someone is saying that the WeChat format is not like this. But then we have also a lot of other fans who are saying that the voice memo was actually fabricated, with some people actually bringing up previous bubble voice messages that Lucas left on the app and saying that the OP must have taken different bubble messages and put them together to create this new bubble message, because the voice message in the Twitter thread obviously does not match the bubble message that people are bringing up. They're indeed not the same voice message. As of right now, SM Entertainment has not addressed this. I will say it's quite audacious that he was named so boldly. You know, usually in instances of accusing someone of something publicly like this, we see their names blurred out or written in a way where the reader would have to assume who the person in question is. If we look back at the previous bullying accusations that a lot of idols were facing, you know, you didn't really see their full names. People gave very obvious hints, and then the reader would then say, oh, it's this idol from this group. And I've definitely heard this is to avoid defamation lawsuits. But I would love to know if you think SM would even bother responding to this. As we saw with Chanyeol, who faced accusations of a similar nature, SM simply stated, we have no official statement regarding this post. So it'd be interesting to see if SM would actually even bother saying anything about this, or really if any clarification of any sort would ever really be given to this. But you know what? Let's end off with Lil Huddy on Weverse. So the news is Lil Huddy is on Weverse. That's the news. The rest of this is probably just some shit talking. Because why not? I mean, who is Lil Huddy? I know he's a TikTok star. That's probably how big he is, right? Sometimes I keep up with the news. It's safe to say it's not my personal branch of TikTok, but like sometimes it pops up and I'm like, what is this? Like, just, I don't know if it's the same branch, but like just random guys like staring at you or like pretending to get arrested, and you're like, oh, what? But anyways, needless to say, fans are definitely not happy about this. Fans are not happy that a TikTok star of all people is joining Weverse, where a lot of K-pop stars are. And I think it's interesting because I think from the beginning, it's really the international fans, though they themselves are kind of the representation of the globalization of K-pop, are afraid of the actual globalization of K-pop. Not that Lil Huddy is going to come out with a K-pop song, but he is joining in like a more typically K-pop platform, right? And it's really interesting because when I was younger, that was definitely something I worried about. Like I genuinely was a child who was stressing about that, like the globalization of K-pop. I'm like, what is it going to become if this, if that? It's like really funny to think about now. But I mean, this was always HYBE's intentions. We cannot sit here and act surprised as if HYBE didn't explicitly say that they wanted to include Western artists into their platforms. HYBE will be the death of everything. They're gonna buy everything, and it's just not. But there are many other reasons why people don't want Lil Huddy on the app. You know, people would have rathered anyone else. ATEEZ, aespa, Ariana Grande, among other artists that I've read about. Especially since there are screenshots going around where he is apparently saying he doesn't get the hype around TXT, and he allegedly called them overrated pretty boys. Now, I personally cannot verify the validity of this tweet. I just know that it's going around and that's what people are using against him. But it does seem that he has since changed his mind, that TXT is growing on him. But again, we just can't be surprised. This is what HYBE expressed. Is it HYBE? People are going to come at me for that pronunciation. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. Why are you a shooter for a big company that doesn't care about you? I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, before I get actually sued, this was always part of their plan. They expressed it when, you know, they bought half of the K-pop industry. They expressed that they wanted to open up to Western artists like their platform, Weverse. But that's basically it. Do I feel a certain way about that? Absolutely not. I don't even use Weverse. I downloaded it for CL and then I quickly deleted it after she ignored a picture of Kevin that I posted. I was like, this isn't for me. So it's not particularly an app that I care for. And then, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you would have to follow him, right? But that brings up another issue that people are a little bit upset about, because a lot of people weren't following Blackpink. However, Blackpink was added to the platform as well, and a lot of people were getting notifications for Blackpink despite not following Blackpink. So many are like terrified of the prospect that they might get some random notifications from Lil Huddy, even though they really don't like him or really don't care for him. Let me know how you think Weverse will respond to this. Do you think the backlash would be enough to kind of not invite any more Western artists for a little bit at least? Or do you think they really don't care and they'll just continue doing whatever? I think the latter. But anyways, that is basically it for this video. Thank you so much if you made it this far. If you made it this far without skipping, leave a rose emoji. No, a chili emoji, because she got the sauce and it's spicy. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. You can also join my channel members and my Patreon to help support this channel in a different way. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis, and it means the world to me. As for me, I'm going to get going, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye!